Jeannie Mae and her husband are getting a divorce, and everyone's acting so surprised, like, no, they were the it couple. But I'm not surprised at all.
Probably because he finally figured out that she really meant what she said when she said this.
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah. I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
Hold up. What do you mean, dark meat on the
She
side?
lightweight offensive. No, I'm not. I'm saying, like, I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like, that's my...
What do you mean, dark meat on the side?
That means, honey. You know what that means.
Wait, what are you reading it as?
How did you say it?
I'm just saying, like, when I think about men, I like dark men. I do.
Right, you like your main man to be white and your side piece to be dark.
Explain what you mean. Okay, what I meant is, like, I used to date black men. Okay, I think they're attractive. But what I decided to stick to, because it just kept me happiest, was my man Freddie, who happens to be white.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I dated an Asian man once.
You did.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How did that go, Lonnie?
Yeah. Because he had a Chinese restaurant. That's why I dated him. I had all the free beef and broccoli I could eat. I was with him. Yes. If you somewhere, Jim Chung, I'm going to find you again.
I don't care how she tried to clean that shit up. She meant what she said. She liked white men. She wanted a white man. She wanted to marry a white man. She wanted to live happily ever with a white man. She wanted to have babies with a white man. She took white men serious. Black men, they were just a side piece. Someone that she can have fun with. She likes them, but not enough to marry them, to be with them forever, to have babies with them. That's not what she wanted. But that's all she could get. And black women tried to warn Jeezy. Jeezy, this is what she said back over on the show when Tamar was on the show. This is what she said. And then black men like Jeezy, they started coming out of the woodworks and saying black women are just jealous. He got a preference. Okay. Well, here we are. Has it even been 5 years? Has it been 3 years? Here we are. He probably realized that he was just a side piece.
Really honest. Knowing what I know now about who I married, I wouldn't have married him. Oh.
It was the best outcome it could possibly be.
I'm a very dominant woman.
Oh, yeah.
I own my business. I lead my teams. So I make the decisions in my life. My mom has a very strong force, and she took over a lot of decisions in the household, to the point that my dad, unless it was always going to be a fight, he was like, you know what? Go ahead. Whatever you want to decide, go ahead. And I'm just going to do me. And that causes a wedge. And I can have that tendency. I'm just saying, for me, I can have that tendency to follow like my mom, because it's what I grew up in and I saw it.
For example, I have a really hot temper. Not a lot of people know this, but it's just something in my family. I've seen it in my grandmother.
That's an excuse. When somebody tells you that, they're giving an excuse up front, so that when they are crazy, you put up with that. You tolerate that. That's the reason why they are saying it to you in advance. Imagine you meet somebody and they tell you that they are crazy. They are giving an excuse in advance for acting reckless against you or harming you. Just look out for those things, man.
I'm sorry, I saw it in my grandfather, to my grandmother, to my mom, to my aunts, to me, right? But I didn't notice it in myself until I was with Jeezy. So I had it, but nobody ever called me out on it. I didn't notice that I had a hot temper until I got with Jeezy. And here's a person who is my equal and I really respect. And when I would spew some of my old habits, and he was like, like, who? That's not flying here. And also, it would trigger him to come back at me with things where I was like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Jeannie, does Jeezy have female friends that he would just go to dinner with, like one-on-one?
Jeezy do not play like that. He doesn't play like that because he doesn't put himself in situations where anybody, including the woman herself, can misconstrue the scenario.
That's smart.
You know what I'm saying?
Smart,
Like
especially these days.
Never. He will never put himself in a situation where even if it's like him and a bunch of guys, and let's say like a female walks in that he happens to know of, he'll like holler at her from across the room, but doesn't need like the kiss or the exchange or anything because one picture. And then but I respect him so much because he thinks like that. He thinks like if one snapshot got taken at any moment where there was no context given, especially because we're both public people, he's like, I don't want to put you through that. You know? And it made me rethink things too, because I'm over here like Miss TV host friendly, like all over
the place. All over the place. I see.
Place. And I realize now how a lot of things are unnecessary. Plus, like, I feel for him differently than I felt for anybody in the past. So I have a whole new policy too. Like, we don't need new friends. I really don't. And if they're friends with one of us, then they're friends with both of us.
Of course.
You can sit down with both of us.
I hear.
Basically, when I was 15 years old, I hot-wired a Toyota in high school, right?
Oh, wow.
And because I wanted to take my friends to Tijuana because all the big kids were going to Tijuana for spring break. So I got the car, I got all my girlfriends in the car. Hey, what's up, Toya, Blake, and a boy that I like, David. And so we went in the car and we drove to Tijuana. We made it. It was the bombest time. When we came back, we got caught at the border. I didn't have a driver's license. I got arrested. I had to go to juvie. It was a long
So she's always wanted to be the leader in a relationship. You can see she was with the other guys and the other woman, and she was the one hot wiring the car, not the guys. So I would say she was raised with the mentality of like wanting to be the man in every situation. So that, I guess, didn't fly with young Jeezy.
Anyway, when I came back home, my mom popped off on me, right? Like going crazy. And this is when I thought I was just too cool for school. I had a fresh tan. I got away with it. So I rolled my eyes. Have you ever rolled your eyes at an Asian woman? So when I went like this, I was like, psh, rolled my eyes. A lamp came flying at me like this. And the way I ducked, I was like, whoosh, and it hit the thing, and all the glass went, and she said, that God punish you.
Okay.
And I had this scar ever since.
So you got sliced with the glass from
Yeah, the glass shattered all over, and one was right there, and I was like, Mom, why? I don't care.
Oh my God.
Our house is 2 stories, and I text Freddie downstairs. Come up for breakfast. But he doesn't have his phone. So when I make breakfast, I like it to be hot. And then he doesn't get his phone. He doesn't get the text. So I'm sitting there, and by the time he gets the text, and he doesn't know that he's late, he comes up, and I'm really pissed.
Girl, you're always mad at that service
provider. I know.
Why did it take it so long for that text to go through?
So I'm like, come to breakfast right now.
Ease up. God, it's breakfast.